Now, tonight's interview features a remarkable musician with an equally remarkable name. Joan Wasser has just released her debut solo album as Joan As Police Woman. It's a strikingly varied collection of original songs sung and performed by a 30-something American whose preferred instrument is the 5-string viola. When Joan came to England recently, mixing it beat a path to her door before she performed a selection of songs from her album Real Life at the Spitz Club in East London.
Miles and all this solitude. I know it is pleasing what I'll find beneath your new pair of glasses. I never included a name in a song, but I'm changing my ways for you, Jonathan. I need you to know. I need you to know that I'm
Joan, I've been dying to ask you this question ever since I got hold of this record. Why have you called yourself Joan As Police Woman?
Well, I have called myself Joan As Police Woman because there is a show that existed in the US in the 70s, a cop show called Police Woman, starring Angie Dickinson. And it wasn't a huge hit, but she was just tough as nails, you know, and it was like Charlie's Angels except grittier, you know, not as fluffy, you know, and I used to have this platinum hair, and I think one day I was wearing this sort of like pale blue polyester pantsuit or something, and my friend said, "Joan, you're channeling Angie from Police Woman today." So from then on, I was Joan As Police Woman.
And you wanted to be Joan As Police Woman,
Well,
obviously.
you know, yeah, I was ready to be Joan As Police Woman.
And the other thing, it's a shame it's not here actually, but this instrument that you play, I've never seen you live before, but I've read about this 5-string viola, or is it a violin? What is it exactly?
It's a, you know, it's a violin body, but it has 5 strings, so like the fingerboard is wider, and it's a combination of a violin and a viola. So it has, like, the top 4 strings are the violin strings, and then the extra string, it covers the viola range also. So otherwise, it's a violin that's able to play lower, you know, which I always really liked the low stuff. I didn't want to play the high filigree kind of stuff. I just wanted to play the, like, sort of low stuff.
Give us a quick run through the various bands that you played in. I mean, I've read this on a sheet of paper that you've played with Anthony. You apparently did you start with Anthony and the Johnsons? Or was...
I joined in 1990. I joined a band called the Dam Builders. In the midst of that, I did a project band with Nathan Larson from Shudder to Think. And then I did a band called Those Bastard Souls that Dave Schaus from the Grifters put together. And that was like with Stephen Drozd from the Flaming Lips, who was a drummer at that point, but played guitar and keyboards in the band. Then I started a band with Michael Ty and Parker Kindred, who were from Jeff Buckley's band. This is when I started singing. I picked up the guitar and I started singing for the first time, and that was a learning experience because I was really uncomfortable with the sound of my voice and really terrified, really, for anyone to hear it, most of all me. Then in maybe 1999, I came into an Anthony rehearsal as a sub for another violinist, and by the end of the rehearsal, I was in the band, so I played in that band, up until maybe 2004 when Rufus asked me to...
Rufus Wainright.
Yeah. So then Rufus asked me to open and join his band. So then I started touring a lot with him. So then the record came out that we had made, and I sort of watched it become massive. It was amazing. So then what happened? I had been playing solo, and I asked my friend Ben to play drums with me. Then the name happened, Joan As Police Woman. And then I got my friend Rainey to play bass. And so since she's joined the band, it's been like maybe 2.5 years that we've been a trio.
Right, and so this album, wow, that's great. Well, thank you very much. It's a long story, isn't it, for somebody's first album I only heard last week.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
The songs often have a slightly generic kind of route, but they bring in all kinds of stuff. I mean, I love the track which we play on the program, I Defy, partly because of the Anthony duet, which is very interesting. What was it like singing with him?
We're really comfortable together, and we're really close friends also, so I mean, I was over his house one day and I just started banging out on his piano the riff, and I just started sort of singing what I was saying to him, and then he was saying back to me, and that song sort of just happened in like an hour or something.
So you improvised a duet?
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, it was kind of like just a continuation of our conversation.
Did you feel for me?
How could it be different? I don't wanna see my baby fall. It's the dawn I feel becoming ever after. This is my melody. I defy all of your words. Well, how could it be different? Defy all of your words. How could it be different?
Well, I've got to know it today. I adore you. I adore you.
What's I Defy about?
Anthony has this really funny sort of way of making fun of himself and putting himself down. He's extremely modest, and he was saying something horrid about himself. And I was saying, no, I love the way you are. I defy, I love your way. That's what it's about, really, like me being just in love with who he is.
I love the soul sort of elements in that song. Is this soul music a big thing for you?
Yeah, it's really important to me. I love it. I didn't grow up with it. I grew up like listening to like new wave and punk rock. And I started with like Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix and stuff and rock.
Yeah.
But then, I started to learn all about the whole tradition with Al Green and MP Bulls and Donny Hathaway, and just really, it changed my life pretty much when I learned a lot about that music and how raw it was and open.
I love the way the chorus voices, as it were, sort of drift in and out of the song at various points. It's very nicely done, that.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah. Eternal Flame. That to me sounds kind of like a Jeff Buckley song.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, did you know Jeff Buckley? Did you ever play with him?
I met Jeff while the Dam Builders were on tour with the Grifters in '94, and we had one show on that whole tour that we played with someone else, and it was Jeff. We played a triple bill that night in Iowa City, and that's when I met Jeff, and actually we were together until he died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that song isn't about him, is it?
No, it's not. There's another song about him on there.
Is there? Which one's that?
Yeah, Flushed Chest.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you're the first person I'm telling that.
Oh. There's something about actually the song Eternal Flame. There's something about the rhythmic movement of it, which just reminded me of some of the songs.
Probably because it's in 6. It has the
Yes.
Yeah. That thing.
Yes, I wanna have it. Yes, I wanna have you now. I can't be the lighter. I can't be the lighter. I wanna go there. Yes, I wanna show you how. I can't be the lighter. I can't be the lighter. Just in case you never knew. I can't be the lighter. I can't be the lighter of your lakes that we can swim as two. But I already own my own body of water. You follow me, and yes, I'll follow you, it's true. I'm already certain I've got good directions. Just in case you never knew, I won't be becoming. I am the beginning, and I'm already done. Stain your white lace, baby. No, I'll never go there. No, I'll never take that route. 'Cause I won't be the fighter. I won't be the fighter. Don't ever push me, no. Don't ever make me shoot. 'Cause I won't be the fighter. I won't be the fighter. Just in case you never knew, I won't be the fighter. 'Cause I won't be the fighter for your just in case you never knew, I won't be becoming. I am the beginning, and I'm already done. Just in case you never knew, I can't be the lighter. I can't be the lighter of your
performing solo changed you in your attitude to what you do?
It has made me very aware of the people I'm playing for. I could just close my eyes and listen, and play my violin and not have to ever deal with the people. I thank God I started challenging myself to play by myself because, what a great gift it is to be able to play for people and get energy back from them, and then your show just is so much more dynamic that way, and you get to really have a conversation with them, even though, you're the one making the noise.
You've worked with a lot of different people over the years, some of whom, are quite well known, some of whom aren't. Who would you single out as the ones you've learned the most or have been most influential on you?
Definitely Anthony. I learned a lot from him, and when I joined his band, it was sort of a renaissance for me because I had been playing really loud music for a long time, and then I joined his band and it was really quiet, and it was with other string players, so it was as if I was sort of returning to chamber music. Also, obviously, to have that, to be accompanying that voice. I mean, it was like, really like ripped me open. So that was major. And then, Rufus, it's like that person is a force of nature. Joining his band, I was required to play acoustic guitar, play electric guitar, play mandolin, play violin, and sing really complicated harmonies all at the same time.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, and and learn it fast. And then his level of performance every night is horrifyingly high. I mean, it's just outrageous how great he is and how hilarious he is too. So those two people really were amazing influences in my life.
Twilight, it was deep summer with a yellow moon, and you were sleeping. I saw you tonight, you were in your clothes, singing White Christmas. How you know it's before me? It's your song, so divine, dying time is a part of your laughter. Done with Hollywood, the waterfalls rushing through. I saw you today, run away finally, coastal, and we got you blazing. It's a song so divine, it was time for the spread of your laughter. Just again, morning bird, I'll wait for you. How could I not? How could I not? Greet me with flush just again, morning bird, I'll wait for you. How could I not? How could I not?
What do you think your classical training has helped you to bring to this particular kind of party?
I think I'm used to hearing harmony, a lot of different kinds of harmony. I really loved playing 20th century music, for instance. Like Shostakovich and Bartok, but then also like Schnittke. There was a lot of composers at my school, and there was their pieces played, and no one wanted to play them, but I did, because it was new. It was like cool, like really very creative.
Aside from the beautiful songs and arrangements, this album has a really nice sort of live feel. How did you record it?
I'm glad that you say that, because I was really concerned with preserving that. You know, we recorded all the basics live, the drums, bass, and then I played either guitar or piano or Wurlitzer. It's the most important thing about a song, I think, is getting it so that the basics of the song just sound effortless and like they are just, you know, if you do all that stuff separately, if you do the drums to a click track and then do the bass over, it sounds a different way. You know, you may like that, but I just really wanted to have it sound live, like, you know, like the old soul records.
The track Christabel, I really like that one. That has something of the feel of, I guess, some of the kind of post-punk bands that you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's something in your original, you know, part of your original inspiration.
Yeah, totally. And the bass line that Rainey plays on it, you know, is very sort of new wave. Yeah. So that definitely adds to it. You know, Ben and Rainey are such incredible musicians. I chose them to play with me because we all love the same music and they have amazing ideas, you know. So they're to blame for the greatness of the record.
Temperature rise, the birds of prey are mating, and with you by my side, the instinct is alive. It might seem to appear that I am dead already. I left it all at your feet on the ground before I died. Yes, Christopher.
Christabel by Joan As Police Woman, and that concludes our interview with her. Her thanks to her for talking to us. And Real Life is out now on the Reveal label.
And very good it is as well. Time now for some American noise rock from a duo based in Brooklyn.